Hate ads? Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more. Click the link in our show notes to learn how.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
These days, we're confronted with an overwhelming and seemingly endless array of devastating news. With the midterm elections right around the corner and the future of America ever uncertain, it's time for you to join me, John Arola, on my show, The Damage Report, which will be your life raft, helping you not only navigate the headlines, but truly understand the damage caused by the corrupt establishment, politicians, corporations, and everything in between. Don't just take my word for it. Join in on the fun of the Dragon Squad, where you can become part of our wholesome and amazing community. Create your very own dragon nickname that fits your unique personality, and collaborate with fellow progressives in a variety of fun and exciting ways. Listen to The Damage Report on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
David.
Uh-huh.
And I'm drawing a bit of a blank, actually.
Okay, so here's what happened.
Okay.
God was like, bitch, did I tell you to build me a fucking house? And David was like,
yeah.
I love you.
That's
I
right.
love you. I love you. I love you. And that's what happened.
I knew there was a love song, but I couldn't remember, I knew they were, in love with each other over something.
Marry
praying
me, God.
And crap and whatever.
You're so fucking awesome. I love you.
But I didn't remember the context, so I didn't want to, say what I knew. Because it didn't fit in my head what it was.
I love you.
Yeah.
Forever and ever. Yeah, yeah. That's what it was.
Right. All right, so that was 1 Chronicles chapter 17.
It was.
And today we're going to be reading
1 Chronicles chapter 18.
All right, ready to get into this?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap.
Oh.
But, we can definitely use any amount, so, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay, 1 Chronicles chapter 18.
Okay.
After this. This.
Yeah.
After the love letter.
Right.
David defeated and subdued the Philistines by conquering Gath and its surrounding towns. Oh, after his love letter, he had went home and was blessing his family and shit.
Right, and then he went right back out to kill people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Conquering.
It's enough blessing on to death.
Yes.
Okay.
Love me some good death and murder, mayhem.
Yeah.
David also conquered the land of Moab. He conquered it. And the Moabites who were spared became David's subjects and paid him tribute money.
I thought Moab was supposed to have a pat. I don't remember if we covered this or not, but it seems like we did at some level. Like, I thought Moab was supposed to have a past. Because, like, remember they were right next to Moab when Balaam went over there to, like, supposedly was going to try to curse them for that king person.
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, they're going to bless them anyway. But then they didn't fight. So I thought that they were, like, spared for some reason. But I can't remember exactly what that was about.
I don't know exactly.
Okay.
But I do know that at some point they were all supposed to be wiped out.
Right,
He is not supposed to be taking them as slaves and taking their money.
Right.
He's supposed to kill them all.
They, anytime that they say they wiped them out, you should just say that, they didn't wipe them out because they didn't fucking wipe them out.
They conquered them and absorbed them.
Yes.
They did not wipe them out.
No. They probably took some as wives, some as slaves, some as, I don't know, fucking farmhands, whatever.
Right. David also destroyed the forces of Hadadezer, king of Zobah, as far as Hamath, when Hadadezer marched out to strengthen his control along the Euphrates River. Damn!
David was like, nah.
Right?
Get lost.
He was like, no, I got this. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. David captured 1,000 chariots, 7,000 charioteers, and 20,000 foot soldiers.
I vaguely remember this. But why would you want to capture the foot soldiers? 20,000 at that.
You gotta feed those fuckers.
Feed them and worry about them like resurrecting. Not resurrecting. What is it?
Revolting.
Whatever. Yeah, that.
That must mean they're revolting.
Resurrecting. What am I trying to think of? Whatever. Anyway.
He crippled all the chariot horses. Oh, I remember that. Remember how upset I was?
Yes, I do.
But it turned out that there was a halfway decent reason for it. He couldn't afford to feed them all, and rather than let them starve to death.
You could just let them loose.
He could just let them loose.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they could probably munch on stuff on the ground and figure out something.
Yeah. Well, he crippled all the chariot horses except enough for 100 chariots.
Right.
Mm-hmm. When Arameans from Damascus arrived to help King Hadadezer, David killed 22,000 of them.
Damn.
That is like
a
lot of people.
Yeah.
Then he placed several army garrisons in Damascus, the Aramean capital, and the Arameans became David's subjects and paid him tribute money.
I'm sure they were real pleased with that.
Very happy.
Yeah, they were so excited about this.
They
couldn't hardly contain themselves, I'm sure.
Kind of like how Puerto Rico is, how we're like, we own you, you belong to us, you will pay us tribute money.
I mean,
yes,
yeah.
In a quote unquote more civilized way, but still.
Right. True.
We're taking tribute money from them.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, we're doing the same. I mean, technically, they're
for a lot of
U.S.
territories.
citizens,
but are they though?
Yeah, they are.
They are, but they aren't. U.S. citizens get to vote.
Well, they could move to another place in the U.S. and they could vote. They're U.S. citizens, but they're just not allowed to vote in their place except for local elections, I think.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Are they really?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know enough about Puerto Rico to speak intelligently about it. And that's sad. I mean, although I don't know much about fucking, Idaho either, really. So.
That's where the potatoes come from,
yeah, that's
right?
about all I know, yeah.
And Wisconsin is the cheese.
Right.
That's all I know about that
Puerto
one,
Rico's
too.
where, Trump threw the toilet paper.
Yeah.
And that's all I got.
And also, they got decimated by the hurricanes.
Well, yeah, I mean, that goes hand in hand with the toilet paper.
With the toilet paper.
Yeah.
The paper towels.
Yeah, paper, whatever.
Yeah.
He tossed something,
I'm just saying, like, it's bullshit that we're taking all their tax money and then we're just like, but work that shit out for yourself.
Honestly, I think it's bullshit they're taking my tax money as it is here and doing what they do with it, which is not much of anything.
I have mixed feelings about taxes.
I agree.
I have such mixed feelings about taxes and levies. Like, I always vote to pass levies. All of them. Like, all of them across the board. But, like, then I'm like, but do the police need more money?
That's what we should do our Patreon on.
Oh, yeah.
On taxes and voting and things like that. Yeah. Since we're coming up on, voting here in Ohio.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I'm glad we sorted that out on the podcast here.
Yeah. So the Lord made David victorious wherever he went. That's what the Lord did.
Yeah.
That's what he did. I wondered.
Yeah. It wasn't the massive army that he had and the skilled leadership of, defeating armies.
Right.
It was God.
It was God.
It was all God.
God did
David,
it.
you know what? You might as well just forget about David completely.
It could have been anybody.
It could have been fucking,
You.
Yeah.
It could have been you.
Right? Yeah. Because it was God.
It could have been our cat.
Yeah.
It doesn't even fucking matter who it was.
Fido the dog.
Fill in the blank.
Whatever.
Goddamn pumpkin. David brought the gold shields of Hadadezer's officers to Jerusalem, along with the large amount of bronze from Hadadezer's towns of Tabah and Kun. Mm-hmm. Later, Solomon melted the bronze and molded it into the great bronze basin called the sea.
That he did.
The pillars and the various bronze articles used at the temple.
And later,
the
Babylonians took
melted
all
that shit
down.
Yep. Along with the ark. If it wasn't already.
I mean, where else would it have gone?
Yeah.
It's not here.
No.
No one knows where it's at. And that dude conquered all of Israel.
He conquered the fuck out of it, and he melted everything.
Yeah, he was melting shit left and right. Why wouldn't he melt the fucking ark?
Right. That would have been a prize.
Right in the melter.
That would have been a big prize for him.
Yeah.
When King Toi, or Toi, T-O-I, Toi, of Hamath heard that David had destroyed the entire army of King Hadadezer of Zobah, he sent his son Joram to congratulate King David for a successful campaign. Oh, I remember this.
Smart.
Oh, I remember this because then he brings prizes and then they're like, you are probably here to spy and insult us, so we're going to kill you.
Right.
I bet that's what happened. I think that's what happened.
Okay, all right.
Hadadezer and Toi had been enemies and were often at war. Joram presented David with many gifts of gold, silver, and bronze. Later, I don't know where I got the word later. It doesn't say later at all.
Not later.
Nope. Right now.
Right then.
Right then. King David dedicated all these gifts to the Lord, along with the silver and gold he had taken from the other nations.
What does it mean to dedicate it to the Lord? Do you still get to keep it? Do you still get to spend it?
Probably.
Is it something that you still acquire for yourself, but also for the Lord? Or is it just specifically like in a drawer that you said that you mark Lord?
Lord. I mean, it probably goes to the temple. So more decorations and shit like that.
Got it.
Okay.
So that the Babylonians can melt it down later.
Yeah. So he dedicated all these gifts to the Lord, along with the silver and gold he had taken from the other nations, from Edom, Moab, Ammon, Philistia, and Amalek.
Okay.
Abishai, son of Zeruiah, destroyed 18,000 Edomites in the Valley of Salt. He placed army garrisons in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's subjects. In fact, the Lord made David victorious wherever he went.
Yeah. Great.
Well, they didn't mention that.
They didn't. But remember who's writing this.
Yeah, the chronicler.
I don't know for sure that that's what happened with that story, but I vaguely remember the same story you do with the guy.
Somebody brought some king. I thought it was David, but it could have been somebody else.
And then there was,
and they were like,
wasn't it Joab that was like, I think he's here to spy or something, trick us or whatever.
Insult. This is insulting. He's insulting us, and we were very confused. The fuck?
Yeah, but they're also trying. The chronicler is trying to make David seem like he just shits gold.
Yeah.
So
he does shit gold, and his farts smell like roses. And
speaking of which, I did. Okay, so this is completely off subject.
Okay.
But I did this job for a while when I was younger.
Okay, I thought you were going to talk about shit.
I mean, I am kind of going to talk.
Are you
not
serious?
A little bit, but I mean, not really, but kind of.
Okay.
So, we used to clean out HUD homes for, we would clean up and stuff, and then we would put it all in this, dump truck that we had, and we would take it to the dump. Well, the dump is just this big mound of fucking crap. I mean, just
garbage,
shit, whatever. It's awful.
Okay, are you saying literal shit or
it
garbage?
Smelled like literal shit.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't know that there was literal shit, but it smelled like literal shit. But then
inside rotting stuff of people's fridges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And anyway, they had these big towers throughout the dump that sprayed like rose smelly good shit.
Are you serious?
Smelled so fucking horrible.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Rosy shit.
Yeah,
oh my God.
to keep it from smelling so bad.
That's ridiculous.
But it smelled like, just imagine like the worst smell you've ever smelled, like the worst fart you've ever smelled, right? And then imagine like you're trying to cover it up with like just like the smallest spritz of like rose colored or rose smelly good stuff.
It's like when you poop and you only have like dollar store bathroom spray.
Yeah.
And then you spray it and it doesn't smell good really. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really disguise the poop smell.
Right.
So now you've got poop and like gross, like not great smell of
and then
spray.
You're in a conundrum, right? Because then you got to determine whether you just hang out in the bathroom for a while till the smell dissipates,
right?
Or if you just going out and hope nobody walks in after you,
right?
Right.
And either way, you're the pooper,
right? Yeah.
Either way,
they're gonna know.
Yeah,
it was you.
You're the pooper.
That was your shit, and it stank.
It did.
Yeah.
And I now in my 40s, I'm like, whatever, we all poop, so I just walk out, and I'm like, yep. And I even warn people, like, if I'm walking out when they walk in, I'll just be like, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry about you.
That's one of our favorite things to say is, like, about people that think they're high and mighty or whatever. Like, your shit stinks, too.
Yep. And don't tell me it don't. I'm like, okay, skid marks.
Right.
I know everybody does it, so I don't want to hear it. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, you have a butthole. Mm-hmm. You can't possibly be better than me because you have a butthole.
Yes.
So you're not anything.
Yeah. And you definitely farted probably even today.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of farts. So I went to my writing thing.
Yeah.
And
for NaNoWriMo.
For NaNoWriMo.
Yeah.
National Novel Writing Month.
Right.
And it was at one of our local libraries. And they have such nice bathrooms. And they're like single person bathrooms. No, this is really cool, actually.
No, I know. Yeah.
No, you don't know. I haven't told you this one.
Okay.
Okay, right. So you walk in and it's like just, a single room and they're not labeled male or female. They're for anybody, which is so awesome. Mm-hmm. And then there's a tray that was set up and it was like from antflow.com or something like that.
Okay.
And it was filled with tampons and pads and stuff. And then but they're from an organization like antflow.com or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And they are organic and they're free. And then it had the name of the library. And it said, we support period positivity. And, these are for everybody, but please only take what you need. And I was just like so amazed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the cool part. But then the uncool part is that I farted really loud in there and it echoed.
You did tell me that, by the way.
I did tell you that, but
you
not
didn't tell me that. Yeah.
I didn't tell you about the tampons.
No, you didn't tell me about the tampons. No.
But the fart happened and it was really loud, like because it was a big empty room and
right.
And so it echoed.
See, that's when I would just be sitting in that room like
I kind of did. I was like, whoop. And I just, finished my business and washed my hands.
Because even when you're by yourself, it's never not funny.
Farts are always funny. Yep. And I just walked out, and I don't know if anybody heard it or not, but whatever. I didn't act like I gave a shit.
Here we are talking about farts on a God podcast.
Well, everybody farts.
That's right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the Bible.
Back to the Bible now. Okay. We only have this little paragraph left.
Oh, okay.
So David reigned over all Israel and did what was just and right for all his people because he was the most beautiful person ever and he did everything good and right and perfect. He's awesome.
I don't believe that. Just saying.
I love him so much. Joab, son of Zeruiah, was commander of the army. Jehoshaphat, son of Ahilud, was the royal historian. Zadok, son of Ahitub, and Ahimelech, son of Abiathar, were the priests. Sariah was the court secretary. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, was captain of the king's bodyguard. And David's sons served as the king's chief assistants. The end.
I think that part came right out of the part where they covered this last time. Because I remember thinking when they read that, like, we were like, what's up with the like roll call of the minutes here at the end?
Right.
Like, that's really weird.
Yeah.
But there it is again. The chronicler just left that bit in.
He was whatever. Like, this part's good.
Yeah.
This is solid.
He likes chronicling names. Yeah, so he's like, all right, there's some names.
Yeah.
Let's use some names.
Good stuff.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was 1 Chronicles chapter 18.
Sure as fuck was. And some fart news.
And some, yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yep. Hopefully this episode doesn't stink too bad. All right. Tomorrow we will be back with
1 Chronicles chapter 19.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, this is Ryan Grimm, a reporter for The Intercept and the host of the Deconstructed podcast. With the midterm elections around the corner, there are so many fascinating races that tell us so much about where our politics is heading, but cable news just doesn't have the time or the inclination to get into them. Check out our recent episode about Matt Cartwright, a progressive populist Democrat trying to hold on to a seat in a Northeast Pennsylvania district that voted for Trump twice.
He definitely is running his own campaign. So the fact that he's really pushing ads and messages on economic issues, on entitlements, he knows his district and he's working it. And to be honest, I think Democrats would be a lot more successful this cycle if they pushed those issues.
So check out Deconstructed from The Intercept wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.